My God, Twitter is bugging on me. Make sure to tweet this one out because the last one didn't work at all. But I did make it home just in time to drop this track for y'all.
Summer ganja planter, call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth, me put the ganja. Babylon come alive, it a top fire, me a can. The summer ganja planter, call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth, me put the ganja. Babylon come, big stinking helicopter flow through the air. With them call it weed eater. Them never did it when me was out in water. Or when me did them blind fertilizer. Yet out of the sky them spitting fire. And I'm a little youth man with a hot temper. Me dig up me stinking rocket launcher. And in all the air this was the helicopter me a chant. Summer ganja planter, call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth, me put the ganja. Babylon come a lot in a time by me a chant. Yes, I'm a ganja planter. Call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth, me put the ganja. Babylon come, get you no man. True Jaja bless I with no for good vibes man. And true me have the hardest set of ganja in the land. Make doctors get no meditation. And so them coulda give it to them sick patient. Make chemists get no meditation. And so them coulda brew new medication. Make singers get some inspiration. And so them coulda spread your message from the land ya chant. Yes, I'm a ganja planter. Call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth, me put the ganja. Babylon come a light it at a fire me a chant. Yes, I'm a ganja planter. Call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth, me put the ganja. Babylon come, watch it. I mean say ganja, 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 ganja. If you don't want to call it sensimania. If you don't want to call it that, call it marijuana. If you don't want to call it that, call it indica. Because me bonitina chalice me roshita paper. Wow, say mellow me ganja. Doesn't matter what you call it. I used to be a ganja farmer. Do you guys remember this shit? Did I tell you? I told you the story about when I got busted with the helicopters, and when the local police called, this was so long ago. It was when we had ringback tones on our phone. So like when you called, you didn't have a you didn't hear ringing, you heard a song. That's the song the cops heard when they called me to tell me that I was being busted. Oh, we'll never forget that one. Oh, I'm up here by myself. Troops is coming up. I'm rolling the biggest bumbleclad spliff you ever saw. Because I forgot that last summer, I grew a bunch. That's why I didn't leave the house. It wasn't because of tag. It was because I had garbage bags full in the basement.
Wait, cops call you to tell you they're going to bust you?
Town. It's a small town. They were doing me a favor, air quotes.
Yeah, they need to give you that time to get rid of those bags, man.
Yeah, it was good times. Good times. I was in my 20s, you know. I probably deserved it. I was coming home from I had lived in California for 3 years with a medical card, and then I came back to Massachusetts, and I was thinking, hey, it's 2005, right? Like we're past this, but we weren't. I'm probably the last person to get busted like that.
Nothing beats a good old helicopter chase at 20.
Yeah, my mother has like PTSD because I was living. I was still at home. I was like 21, 22. And I had just gotten kicked out of college. I was on a roll, man. I was on a roll. Y'all were taking me back.
You were killing it.
I was killing it.
Sounds like party time.
I didn't have a care in the world, man. I really didn't.
Living your best life.
Yep. None of that shit was bothering me. So weird. this is going to be a different winter, though, because I don't know what I was doing this summer, but I wasn't being a ganja farmer. And that's too bad. Because all winter now, I'm going to have to go to that store instead of like last winter when we were doing this 24 hours a day and I had an endless supply in the basement. So the alpha today is grow your own. It is definitely the most economical thing to do.
Okay, how about grow your own in the states where that's legal, or the countries where that's legal?
Yes, and don't DeFi in those states where it's not legal either.
Or don't get caught.
Yeah, that's what we meant. You gotta be smart.
Yeah, that. So did Bach come back? He had posted something at the top about the audit and
An audit
what?
for I missed everything in the last space. What was the audit about?
Well, we didn't get to talk about it.
All right, how about we pull up
old the audit was he just posted, hey, Binance posted their audit. Crow hasn't yet. Come on, Chris, get your stuff together.
Yeah,
was the TLDR.
I hope that he was being facetious with CZ because the audit that Binance put out was baloney. Don't you think, Hank?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about BSC, so I didn't read it.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I was trying so hard there. I said baloney instead of bullshit.
That's good.
I'm just saying. Nice. I have projects on BSC. I hope BSC doesn't go away because it'll tank everything. But I mean, they're just another example of people who are complacent, think they're too big to fail, so they're not doing anything cool. And I don't care what people tell me, they're not. And BSC is not a game-changing tech. And they can throw money at people to make tech for them, but I don't really see them doing anything themselves. So I hope they change their mind.
They're the biggest. They're just the biggest.
Being the biggest does not make you the best.
No, sir. I hope everybody in here understands that because this group is pretty sharp.
Also, sorry, it sounds like I'm out of breath. I'm hanging my Christmas tree lights, and this is awful. I hate this with a passion.
I heard that there's like people that you can hire to come and do your Christmas decorating for you.
Yeah, well, there's people you can hire to clean up your dog's poop out of the yard too, but it's my house.
Wow, you can get people to do anything.
It's my house. I signed up for this.
Yeah, Scoop Soldiers will come and clean up your dog's poop.
Wow.
No, I just have a thing like if it's your responsibility, one, it'd be a waste of money for me to pay somebody $100 to come hang my lights when I need the exercise anyways, and it's one of the few things that my wife asks me to do, so I might as well,
Yeah, it can be fun. I always feel like Clark Griswold when I'm doing the lights. Every single time.
I was a volunteer firefighter for 3 years. I used to throw ladders all the time and everything else. I haven't done it for like 4 years, and I'm just fat now, so this is terrible.
Man, we gotta add some calisthenics to our little spiel. Maybe drink some water, brush your teeth, do some push-ups. Cause like I say this stuff for everybody, but mostly I say it for myself. I'm a very selfish person. And I need to do some push-ups, man. I used to be
throw in some star jumps. They're a good one. They're an easy one to do.
How do you do a star jump? Oh, is that a jumping jack?
Yeah, jumping jack. That's what you call them, right? Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. I speak
English.
Scottish now. Yeah.
He said English.
English. The King's English.
What were you about to say?
Who, me?
Yeah, instead of English.
Scottish. I said it.
He was going to say
Scottish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's a Scot.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Sometimes Irish.
Yeah, what is it? Because you sound Irish.
Yeah, I
But
know. I am Scottish. It's bastardized. I spent time in all the different parts of Scotland and lived in North, Canada for a while, and yeah,
well, I like Heights
Canadian
now.
wife, all that shit. So it kind of makes it go weird.
All that good shit.
Hmm.
Well, Joey, what's up, buddy?
We got Bach up here too. Cool. I was curious about what Bach posted about the Binance and Crow. I believe it said Crow going to 5 cents if they don't have an audit come out soon. Is that what you said, Bach?
That's back on the. He's back on the fund trade. He must be bored as shit.
Whoa,
What's wrong,
troopers,
Bach?
troopers, troopers. 1 second, 1 second. Let me just explain my position on it, Joey. My position was this.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this was my position. It was like, and I know an audit is probably underway. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying like the longer it takes, and like Binance, I don't know if you guys saw, but Binance just released an audit, BTC, just BTC reserve audits. So, I feel like if a month passes by, or let's say the end of the year passes by and there's no audit, I can see a lot of FUD being done at that, in my opinion.
Well, that just makes me feel like whoa, rascal. How are the bomber clad this year, man, you chat about?
And hey, Alpha, and I'm not saying they're not getting an audit. I'm just saying the longer it takes, the what's the word? The perception doesn't look good. Let's see Texas
Not good
Hollow
look.
there. He's sending me the thumbs down. GDRT's telling me the thumbs down.
They must be new here.
So what makes you the judge and jury about how long a good, thorough audit should take, Bach?
Well,
that's
Texas.
Yeah, that's different.
I can explain.
A good, thorough audit is different than just an audit.
I understand a good, thorough audit. All I'm saying is, like, right, it's about perception, right? And I'll explain why I think an audit doesn't take too long. One, because, it's all on the blockchain, so it's much easier to track than, actually vanilla paper audit, right? Secondly, the longer it takes, it becomes almost like out of the timeline, right? Like the whole FTX debacle sort of dies down. And the actual effect of releasing that audit, like imagine this. They released an audit like before the month end of November, and it showed that, and it was a top 10 firm, just like what Binance just recently did. That's actually a positive. That's a bullish indicator.
A lot of people are taking holiday during this month. Not everyone's working weekends. You cannot put.
You're telling me
timelines.
top auditing
excuse
firms are
me.
taking
You
holidays
cannot put
now?
time.
Who's taking this month off? Because in Europe, they take the summers off. We're actually very jealous of Europeans for that. We don't talk about it a lot. But
hold on, I can tell you.
Do we?
Thing. What would your time frame be? How long would it take for the FUD to continue? If they never said anything and they just
like
dropped it, then you wouldn't even be having this conversation, right? Or at least they came out. So they're
Well, yeah,
following.
GDRT,
They're following the trend, right? They're following the
did put a
trend of what
timeline.
everybody else is doing. So they made their announcement.
Yeah.
Let's let them do their fucking thing and not spread, your opinion on whether it's going to create FUD or not. It's like it's bullshit. Let them do their thing and just chill, dude. Like I'm over the fucking FUD talking. You're creating your own chain, aren't you?
Yeah.
Go create your own damn chain and build over there then. I'm over it, man.
GDR, why are you being hostile,
I've
bro?
never been
We're
hostile
just
with
here
you,
to
man.
talk.
I've kept my mouth shut this whole time, like throughout all this bullshit. But I just like every time I hear you talk, it's negative about Crow in some way, shape, or form, whether it's just a little fucking hint. Just being real.
I'm
yeah,
not a frog here, okay?
He's
I'm
new.
gonna speak my mind and
It's
Yeah,
just
we
get.
got your
a
mind. We
shtick.
got it. We got it.
Oh wait, hold on. Now I gotta fucking mute everybody. You guys are definitely new here. Hold on. This is the jungle. We got rules around here. First and foremost, we ain't talking over each other. And second of all, if you guys haven't met my friend Bach does this every fucking day. So it's my fault for rugging it in the middle because I didn't record the first part. We've been having a lot of trouble with that. I'm gonna blame that on Elon. Fuck it.
What happened today? Oh, yeah, I saw part two. Oh, you had a little interlude, did you?
It's all janky, but
Nice.
we're rolling with it.
it's like here's the thing, and I can understand GDR's frustration because I get it too, and I've heard GDR up here before getting frustrated with back, and I don't know like why back does it. I don't know if it's just for fun, for kicks, if it's genuinely for if he thinks it's insightful. I'm not sure, but I do get the point that you're saying back that if you say you're going to do an audit and then it takes long and it gets drawn out and it takes longer and longer, then what you're saying is the sentiment is like, why is it taking so long? And so your point is fair, but I think it's just coming from you, unfortunately, because you do love a little bit of sneaky FUD, and I don't
Yes,
want to
No,
I
no,
tell you
and,
that.
and Trooper, that's not even my point. My point is that I feel like the audits right now are more of a publicity stunt instead of actual like these companies truly like solvent, right?
yeah,
So I'm saying,
it's a horse and pony show or a
Yeah,
dog and whatever they call it.
Well, so it also depends on the type of audit that they're getting. If they're getting just a
yeah,
purely small financial audit, that's going to take significantly less than if they're getting an audit over the financials, over their business plan, over the tech, over the entirety of their ecosystem, which is more so what it sounds like is they're getting a full business audit, not just a financial audit, which
yeah,
those take significantly longer, especially if you're a Fortune 500 company.
yeah,
I mean, my Certic audit took 3 months. I don't want to know what it would take to audit all of my shit.
yeah, exactly.
Right, and just
And
like you were
I
saying,
trust
it is.
Chris to
Oh, go
to do
ahead.
a good. I was just going to say, if you, as a leader, and we were talking about this a little bit yesterday, and it was interesting. Chris's recent tweets about kind of some of his learnings in his own career, which I thought was awesome. But yeah, I trust him and the organization to do a thorough job. So I'm not surprised it take a little bit longer.
And because of the fact that it is the vibe right now and it is what everybody's doing, that means any of the good audit firms are overloaded because every exchange is trying to do it. So patience is definitely our friend right now. And so is Buck, by the way. In case
yeah,
anyone knows.
and Alpha, the my point I'm trying to make, like, and I feel like every time I speak on the 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 tiptoe line, I get called the fudder. It's not that. We're all here speculating on the price of Crow, the success of crypto.com, and we're betting with our dollars. And I'm saying that I feel like these audits are horse and pony shows, right? Like it becomes more about how fast can you get your audit out and how fast can you show that you're solvent. And that's it. I'm not saying that they shouldn't take their time to it, right? But I'm saying a competitor like Binance, they recently released that they were audited for their Bitcoin reserve and they released it out, and that's
And only the smart people, only the really smart people that understand the blockchain, which isn't a lot of people, saw what the Binance thing really was, you know? But
Well, yeah,
you're
and that's what.
right.
Yeah, and I agree. I think it's so far, Chris and Crypto.com haven't really bought into like the timeline. They're just doing their own thing. There was a bit of an attack. They rode the storm. They kind of showed that they were solvent already by the actions that they took and how it went on. So I honestly don't think I mean, of course they're paying attention because they'd be stupid not to because it's the market that they operate in. But I don't think they're feeling massively under pressure or that they have to rush this out or that they're going to go do some crazy timeline because CZ and Binance are doing some like smoke and mirrors thing. So I think they'll just take their time and do it. But anyway, I noticed that ITK's had his hand up for a bit. Apologies.
So if Crow is going to do well, why does MMF need their own blockchain?
that's
Oh, this
another
is a great
story.
question.
They
Just
don't need their
just
own
just just a
blockchain.
quick
That
point on the
article was a fluff
quick
piece.
point on the auditing first, right? There's very few accountancy firms who can actually analyze blockchain, the blockchain full stop, right? So, okay, there's very few of them. I would assume since Binance went Mazars that it would be only consistent for them to go with Mazars as well for CDC. But look, if you have 100 accountants counting to 100, it takes a certain amount of time. But if you have 100 accountants counting to 125, because CDC are 25% bigger in the US than Binance are,
Oh, we did
so
this
it's going to
math.
take
We did
longer to
these
count
maths.
to higher numbers, So it's a simple math question. it takes
We did it
longer
with
to
donuts
count
this month.
higher.
Yeah.
You know, so like if the CDC audit comes out with a 25% within the 25% more time period allowed for the finance one because finance is smaller in the US than CDC is, well then what's the issue? I mean,
Wait, Binance is smaller in the US than CDC? That's interesting.
yeah, well, it's just the numbers, so it's going to take longer to count higher, you know. So it's going to take a little bit more time to get the audit out than it would for Binance US. And it's simple as that. All right, I'm going back to bed. Peace.
I appreciate you coming in here all late night. I really do, ITK.
Damn, I wish I was in my bed at this time, ITK. Jesus.
I'm about to be in bed if I smoke this whole spliff by myself.
I'm still doing my dishes, for crying out loud. Need to get
Good
some more
man.
ITKs
Good
going
lad.
on
Good
here.
lad.
Good lad.
Sean, what's up?
So, I mean, I just, I get feisty every once in a while. I don't want to talk over people, but, Bach, like, if it's all just a pony show, why the fuck are you even talking about it? Like, why are you even trying to create the FUD around the pony show that doesn't fucking matter then? Like, what's the point in talking about it? Like, I'm just being real here. If it's a pony show and it's all for just show, then why are we talking bad about it if it takes a little bit longer? But what if it's not a pony show? What if it's the real fucking deal and the numbers blow everybody away? And you can laugh, but, I think that at the end of the day, all this bullshit that just came at Crow, it's all going to just lift us up to the fucking moon when people realize that none of it was real, it was all bullshit, and the numbers are there, they speak for themselves. Facts over a fucking opinion or
I hear you.
Okay, we get that you're angry. Uh-huh.
You picking that up, Nat? I was picking that up.
That's not angry, that's just real facts.
I don't know. About 20 F-bombs into it, I lose the point. But,
But
I think it's frustration more than anger, I'd say, probably.
Yeah, and I get it. I really do. Like, but at the same time, Bach's got a shtick. And
what I say here is not going to affect the price of Crow. Like, let's be honest, guys. Maybe if like,
buddy, you think I'm an influencer? I think you move shit more than I do.
I don't believe that to be true. I look. All I'm saying, we have to be critical thinkers, right? Because the people that got stuck in FTX were, I would argue, they were just like frogs, right? Or like, hey, Sam Bankman-Fried, they got our back. And all I'm saying, we cannot
financial advisors on
we cannot
YouTube
play the same
had hundreds of thousands of dollars on FTX, millions of dollars.
We cannot play the same game here with Chris or Crypto.com. We have to be like really like critical. And I know Texas is like putting the thumbs down. I get it. Chris, awesome dude. I respect his hustle, entrepreneur by heart. But I'm saying, like, let's not forget about the audit, because I went to his timeline and I put audit, proof of reserve. The last time you mentioned anything was November 11th. So hopefully we get some updates in the next month or so, or maybe by January. But I think everybody here would agree there has to be a timeline when the audit does come out. If it takes
today's
too long,
the 8th. Today's the 8th. So I figure a couple more days, it's a month.
February 1st.
Then we can start being, 3
I
months?
think February 1st is fairly fair, right? Because he's in his post, he said a couple of weeks. I don't know what a couple of weeks is, not a couple of months, right? So I give him 3 months. I think that's fair.
Couple of weeks for Crypto.com, because this is the 7 to 14 days, people. CDC. They put it on a T-shirt.
And I'm sure they're going to pass with flying color, right? They're not going to get an audit if they know they're not going to pass. So, we'll see what happens. And I think that speaking about it doesn't mean we're fudding Crow. We're just not being blind and acting like frogs in a boiling pan.
It flashed across my screen, so I didn't see who wrote it, but someone just tweeted in our thing that it's all about quantitative easing. And that's the truth, like nothing's actually going to go up until the quantitative tightening is over. Right?
And back, you're right. And back to your point there, you're right. We can talk about it, but didn't you tweet like a thought-provoking tweet that says "Crow to 5 cents if we don't get the audit"?
No, I said that we can see Crow going to 4 to 5 cents, right? Because we know there is a concerted effort to FUD crypto.com. That is true, correct or not?
Correct, sir.
And I'm not saying it's coming from me. These are deep, shadowy figures. It might be from the layer of CZ Binance himself, right? But
So,
all
so
I'm
you
saying
can
is,
have, so you can have flipped that tweet on his head and said, "Crow to 40 cents" after the audit.
it depends on the timeline of the audit. If the
Tweet
like,
it. Tweet
if
it.
just like Binance is a smart dude. CZ, he's a smart guy. He released a little snippet just yesterday from Azar. ITK saw it, and it showed that they're over collateralized on BTC. And if we look at Binance compared to the whole entire market, Binance has been the only one that's held due. That's big cap, top 10. Their retracement from their all-time high is only 53% versus 70% from Bitcoin, 80% from Ethereum, and lots of other coin. And I don't even want to get into to Crow, but it's just being critical. Like, if I was like Chris, I'll be taking lessons from what CZ is doing, right? Because he's the industry leader. Like, no matter how bad you think about his game, but you're not a winner for no reason.
Yeah. Also, I don't disagree with your point about being critical thinkers. Not at all.
Yeah, and I appreciate him playing devil's advocate in here because I don't think anybody could do it. Someone's got to play this role that Bach does in here because we're not trying to be we're not trying to be an echo chamber, and because that doesn't help us.
And it's good, bro. And I love when like GDRT, he gets passionate about Troopers, gets passionate about it. We start thinking even deeper. I start crunching my keyboard, looking at the data, looking at the facts.
Oh, we got to check the charts. Uncle Lo says something happened since we started the space. Oh, look at that. Yep, Bach is the one that moves the market. You see that? Are you guys seeing this?
What did it do?
I'm gonna pin it. So our friend Uncle Lo down there is following Crow and the price action while the show is going on, and making these helpful graphics that show who was speaking when it went up or down. And I appreciate it.
That's amazing. That's quick.
Oh, they're quick with it.
That's funny.
Oh, so, there was a space before this space. I have no idea what they were talking about. It was a bunch of lions in there, and they were talking about some kind of a drama. And does anybody know what they were talking about?
No, but I am intrigued.
Like
Voodoo,
television drama or like a
No,
new
like
drama?
some Crow drama.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Was it the one with
bring it up.
XRP?
I've been disconnected most of the day, just under the weather. But I wanted to comment on what Fox says. Like, it's true. We have to be diligent, and not just take everyone for their word with this DeFi. But I think we also need to give people the opportunity to, F up, and not come to our own conclusions. To say that it's, a circus and that these auditors are pretty much preset, you can't just go looking for conspiracies under every rock. These auditing companies put their own reputation on the line, and they're big for a reason because they have continuously over years built that reputation. So I don't know, just a word of caution about looking for the next conspiracy.
And that's what you pay for, right? You pay for the reputation of the person auditing you, and that's why there's wait times like this. It's all part of the same equation.
Well, I don't know that I necessarily agree with that for a blanket for audit companies.
Oh, good, because I don't know what I'm talking about.
I have not seen a single audit. Who audits Certic? Who audits my audit that Certic gave me? Because I sure as hell don't know. And I found bugs in my audit after they passed it. Or in general, I have found dozens of critical errors after audit companies have audited something. All they do is like,
nothing should be
sorry,
done
missed
blind.
it.
And again, I said we should always approach this with a bit of caution. Like, we can't take everyone for their words. That's including Certix. But again, they didn't get to where they're at by making a whole load of mistakes. They built that reputation over time for years. And If you ask anyone in the industry and the development industry, and you say the word Certix, it's pretty much the top tier auditing. They're not perfect. There's human as the next man, but they do a lot more diligence. So my advice to you is that if Certix was able to miss that, I doubt any lesser auditing companies would have done any better or maybe possibly worse. And
Oh
it's
no,
not
no, no,
just the
I
audit;
agree.
they also go
And
back
it
and
wasn't
continue.
just Circuit.
Yeah, they also
I'm
go
not just
back and
targeting Circuit.
they also go back and continue monitoring your protocol. So any kind of edits that you do, it's not just a one-time audit, right? It's a
Is that
continuous
in
monitor of your
perpetuity?
protocol. I'm
Well,
sorry?
you have to pay for that
You have to
in
pay
order
for it.
for
It's
them
a
to do
I'm
it.
maintenance,
saying
right?
they paid.
Yeah.
Like I was blown away
And
by
all
how
they do
much they
is
paid.
scan the bytecode. They don't re-audit. You have to
Yeah.
pay for every single re-audit, which is a joke in terms of crypto. Um, but my point was, if Certic is the best and they're still making mistakes, and the next best audit company is not even remotely close to the quality of Certic, um, it was more so that audits in this scene at the moment are flawed inherently because there is not enough checks and balances in them. It's not to say that there can't be, but there is not somebody who, there's not enough companies out there that do checks and balances for the different auditing companies. And when we
So
get to that point, that's
this,
when we'll really see a lot of improvements in the development aspect of cryptocurrency, as well as the financials around cryptocurrency. Not just development audits, but the financial firms that can handle blockchain audits as well.
But to be fair, your product is a very unique product. You built it from scratch, compared to something that's a Uniswap clone like ours, where there's been a decade of audits and hacks and fixes and updates. Um, I think in your situation, I don't think that's uncommon. You built yours from scratch. It's a platform and development that they've never seen before. Whereas with Board Candy, they've seen hundreds of Uniswap clones on multiple blockchains. Um, so I think they're more than likely to be a little more accurate with an audit like that compared to something where someone literally has to sit there and read every line of code
I
and
agree.
really be really scrutinized with it.
Yeah, I agree, and that's where I'm getting at is the new products, or the larger companies. Those type of audits are more prone to mistakes, and until we have more checks and balances, I mean, there's just going to be some level of uh, scrutiny behind audits in general until we're in a better state in terms of just the ecosystem as a whole. But yeah, I agree with that. And I'm not saying audits are a bad thing. People should definitely audit their code, but there's a difference between getting one audit or even trying to afford an audit for most projects that can't do it, versus expecting an audit to be done overnight and it be accurate. I'd rather a CDC take a year and a half to do a full complete audit than get one out in a month and be wrong 2 months down the line.
yeah, and for people that don't know, from what I've heard, a quality audit of even a Uniswap fork is like 25 grand. So definitely not cheap. Look at this. It's almost 6 o'clock. We should check the charts. These numbers are brought to you by crypto.com. Please don't let them be your daddy. Own your keys, own your crypto. That's the name of the game. ETH is over 1,300. Let's go, y'all. Jesus. We should do 24-hour spaces. That would get this market going. ETH is over 1,300. Bitcoin is at 17,450. Just get over 17,500. You ding dong.
On behalf of Lizzie, I want to say no, we shouldn't do 24-hour spaces.
Oh, yes. You are correct, Natalie. I need to live to see this kid be born.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we didn't talk about MMF coin
Nope.
yet,
Let's look at
did
MMF.
we?
Where is it? Way down. Way down. Everybody
Okay,
is
people
going
didn't like
up
that.
but MMF. MMF is down 17%.
Oh my god.
And even Gitcoin is up 1.5. Even Polka
Well,
Starter is up 1.7.
at least you can't do negative
Oh
zeros.
man. It's a rough day for MMF, but listen, we're always saying that when there's blood in the streets, that is when you have the most opportunity. So, I mean, is MMF a buy? Who's going to answer that one?
I can answer that one, but
Let's
I don't
go,
think
baby.
anybody wants to hear it. I'm going to keep it to myself, but I'll answer it. If you want to DM me, I can tell you my thoughts.
I want to know if Uncle Lo is watching MMF. I don't want to say anything too rough.
Hey, Uncle Lo was the biggest pumper of MMF back in the days, bro.
Was
Just
he?
check his timeline.
We gotta check
Yeah,
his
just
things.
go to his profile and put MMF.
You better do it
Yeah,
quick because he is
pumping that shit up.
scrubbing that timeline right now. He is deleting tweets and tweeting HAPP. He knows the deal. He knows these tricks. That's how you do it, everybody. If you didn't know, that's why Sam was tweeting like that. To try and throw off the
Nah,
Twitter
he
bot.
was sending signals. He was sending signals to his
He's a
pedophile
dummy.
friends.
He thinks he's so smart, dude, but he doesn't realize that he shut off parts of his brain with all the drugs he was taking. Like, he's really not seeing reality.
He said he only had like half a beer at most of those parties.
Yeah, but that drug he was taking, the antidepressant that was like a transdermal patch, that shit is fucked.
Actually, lucky now, you gotta listen to his language.
Because over the
he did.
counter, I mean, people use it off label, right? But when you do it in high dosages, it has a completely different effect on the body.
What were you saying, Mark?
I would say you gotta listen to his language in that interview. He said that he doesn't do alcohol. He
Yeah.
never denied doing drugs.
Yep.
It's just like,
Natalie,
I don't drink. Every time they ask him
you
about drugs, he
can't
was like,
drink
I don't
alcohol on these drugs. That's what I'm telling you. The transdermal patches that he was using are no joke.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Like, I'm not a pharmacology guy. We should probably get Martin Shkreli in here. He would know. But I read into it. I read up on it. And people use it that way in high dosages, and it actually affects different neurotransmitters. So, there's serotonin and there's dopamine. And when you take it in high dosages, instead of being just the SSRI, which is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. Damn, I remembered that shit. That it goes from just blocking that the serotonin, and it starts doing dopamine. So now you're getting high off of it, basically. And that's what he was doing, and that means he was in a state of like apathy. You know what I mean?
Yep. So do you think he's on something now in his interviews and stuff? Can you tell?
I mean, I'm not a body language expert. I'm not a psychiatrist. I read a lot. I went to school for psychology, but like, I can't call it. He's a weird guy, and he shakes.
I would be on drugs if I lost people $8 billion.
Yeah, right. I'd be freaking out. I'd be freaking out. I don't know how.
I would be drunk all day long.
Yeah, I mean, I had to put that stuff down because I couldn't control it.
Yeah, but also you got to look at his position, Sam. Right, this guy was like 28, maybe 27. Like meteoric rise, so much money coming in. He was looking for an edge. I don't know. I remember when I was in college, I used to be like on Adderall like all the time.
Yeah, I started the space telling you guys about when the helicopters came for me. I was 22. my brain was not functioning the same. You know.
I used to try out nootropics all the time. You know, shit, I still do that. I don't know. You ever tried NAD plus?
Well, that's what they were saying about that drug. That it's the nootropic at high dosages.
What even is a nootropic? I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, Bach, break it down.
Well, nootropics are like drugs that help you like with cognitive functions. Well, not just cognitive, but like it's a whole realm of thing. I'm not too like smart on it. I just watch Joe Rogan.
It's like
and Joe
brain
Rogan
hacking.
tells me. Yeah, Joe Rogan tells me what to take.
Wow.
Well,
okay.
I watched a little Joe Rogan recently, and it was interesting to me because they brought up crypto.com, and none of them really knew anything about it, but all four of these guys were just
the Matt
saying
Damon
what was
thing?
on the top of their head, right? And one of them's like, "Oh, don't they own the Staples Center?" And the other one was like, "Who's the Matt Damon? What did Matt Damon say?" And this is just, four guys talking about crypto.com. It was
They
cool.
say
It was
fortune
cool to
favors
see.
the bold or something.
Yeah, they said fortune favors the bold. Yeah.
Hey, at least they got something, like, all that $1 million of marketing, bro. Like, they know.
Well, I'm saying I clicked on the video because it was about mushrooms or something that I'm into, and they were just for a second there talking about crypto.com.
Actually, like, I don't want to get into this. Let me stop.
Sure you do. Tough crowd. All right, we'll let it go. Hey, everybody. Did you tweet out the room? Nope. 19 of you did. Congratulations.
Yeah, I was one of those 19. I hope everybody else will join me in retweeting and liking the space out.
Fine. I'll get
Love
into
this
it,
guy.
Alpha. All right, I'll
Bach,
get into it.
you've been much better recently. I thought you got. The thing is once you get into the groove of it, then it just becomes habit. And every space you go in, you go straight to the bottom right, like it and retweet it. I don't recommend it. Like, you got to make sure it's a good space before you go liking and retweeting. I hang around for like a couple minutes, but
I mean, some you just know you can like and retweet. Like this space is one you can like and retweet every time. Like,
yeah, right.
That's like the first thing you do when you come here. You just go down, click it, you're good.
I'm
It's
glad
like a ticket to get in.
I'm pretty biased. I just think this is a good space. It's good to get confirmation. Bach, what's up, dude?
Okay, this was my observation, and this is not FUD. This is just what I've observed, right? I was looking at the FTX interview, SBS. They were asking him like, "Hey, how did you afford to buy like the stadium, all the sponsor deals, and everything else?" Can you guess what his answer was, Alpha?
Shit. No, you got me.
He said profits.
He thought he was using profits from the company to do that stuff.
Profit, yeah. And I rewatched Chris. You remember they had like the little Twitter interview or whatever. And I'm not saying no one's lying. I'm just saying like goddamn, like how do you even believe anything anymore? You can't trust people's words. Like Chris said the same thing too. It was like
don't trust, verify.
Well, you can't verify because they're private books.
True. I hear you, man. Shit. I was gonna tell you. Voodoo, go ahead.
Well, I don't think it's private because if it's a publicly traded company, there should be an annual report or prospectus written there. And quick question to you, Buck. Do you have an idea of how much of Binance books is backed up by their own stablecoin?
See, the
30%.
No, I think that was customers' assets holding, right? So it was the same FUD that Crypto.com was getting for Sheep, right?
Yeah, except that Sheep has outperformed everybody this year.
The one thing I'll fight anyone against on the Binance BUSD thing is that the person that's actually issuing, that actually has like minting authority on the token itself, is Pesos or Paxos or whatever. That's a New York regulated financial company. And all that Binance did, from what I understand, it's essentially like a brand deal, right?
Paxos? Do they do Pax Gold? Is it that company?
Yeah, they have Pax Gold. They have like other like peg type tokens, And BUSD is not like the minting authority is not Binance, and I don't know. I just think we give like, I don't know. I think it's a little bit like, the whole Chinese narrative about Binance. But Binance to me is still like A1, bro. Like I know people are gonna be here like, oh, you're flooding, but like objectively,
Sean's coming up here.
the prices on Binance is competitively better. Like, and I know it doesn't matter to most
They went
people.
to 0% today for Ethereum pairs. All Ethereum
Well,
trading
not
pairs.
even alpha. Just like when you were saying, what were you saying the prices of Ethereum was?
1,300.
See, that's not the true price. If I go to Binance right now, I can buy it for $12.84.
Yeah, I always say crypto.com's the app prices have the spread.
And I get it. That's how they make their money.
Yeah.
On the spread.
That's how they bought that stadium, bro. Profits.
I mean, I'll probably get crucified too, but I kind of have to agree. Like,
Let's go.
Maybe it's because we're cross chain, but like Binance is like doing good shit. Like, that's the kind of stuff that crypto.com should be trying to do. Like, he's a leader for a reason. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, it's easy to sit here and be like, root for the home team, which of course we should do. But also at the same time, it's like, Binance is not a bad company. Like, they're doing it up.
I'm the one sitting here rooting for the home team that blocked me on Twitter, never sent me the card, even though I staked for it twice full term. I still mess with crypto.com.
And maybe because we don't have access to the exchange. Maybe the exchange, provide better rates.
They do, and we can't use it in the U.S. It sucks. Stop laughing, Uncle Lo.
But I like, as a trader, I look at like Coinbase. I look at all the different, and I think if we want to bring a lot of liquidity, you got to like be really competitive with your spot prices. Just my opinion.
Well, how much more competitive can you get than 0%? You got to start paying people to trade.
But I don't get it. If it's 0%, why is it not at the? What was the price on Crypto.com for Bitcoin right now? Let me check what Binance is quoting.
What Bitcoin? All right, I'll get it for you. I'm not a fan of the prices over here. I buy stuff on Crypto.com a lot though. It's $17,452.
And that's if you want to buy, right? But if you want to sell, it's probably a lot less than that. Well, right now I'm in my Binance.com account. I'm getting 17,225.
17,225.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's $225 cheaper.
And I get it. They're trying to make money on the margins, right? Like, you got a lot of retail traders, and they don't know. They just
Well, you know what's funny, Bog? And this is a little trick in the CDC app. If you actually click on the graph and put the pointer on the graph and slide it so that it's showing you at a specific time, if you pull it all the way to the right, so it's showing you right now, it's 17,241, and that's the real price. And then if you let go, it shows you what it's actually going to charge you. See what I mean? And it's funny because they do the same thing in the DeFi wallet. If you look, the price always spikes right at the end.
But, can you buy like $1 worth of it and try to see how much it costs to sell it?
Easy, buddy. Easy. What are you trying to do to me here? Trying to fucking get my seed phrase? What are you doing? Buy $1 of Bitcoin? Why don't you send me $1 of Bitcoin?
Wait,
sure.
I moved the slider all the way over to the right, and it gave me a different price. It says it's
that's what 12, I'm saying. I'm trying
12,
to help you.
$12.84.
I think you went way too back in the past.
That's the real price. And then if you let go, that's what they're going to charge you with the spread.
Jeez, I let go. It says $13.05.
Hey.
Oh, you're looking at Ethereum. Looking at.
Yeah.
The better choice. I'm sorry. ETH is just more fun than Bitcoin.
And honestly, like, I blame the government for this, Alpha.
Jesus Christ.
I'm serious because, like, Binance.com is not even allowed in most places, right? Even though they do have the more competitive rates. And this is the same story with FTX, right? Like regulatory pressure pushed people to go to FTX, and people got burned, and I don't know.
Was it regulatory pressure, or was it Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen and Larry David?
Wasn't Sam trying to push some law where he would essentially be like the only exchange that would be able to function properly in America or something like that?
Yeah, he was definitely trying to screw
For
everybody.
derivatives.
He was trying to screw everybody.
He was basically trying to be like the next CME. But what's up, GDRT?
Listen, I think all these guys are doing the same thing, right? BitBoy Crypto was doing the same thing, and he got all worked up because him and Sam were backstabbing each other, and CZ and Chris are just backstabbing each other, and you see it everywhere, man. Yeah, Sean, what's up?
Would we like come to a consensus and agree that Binance, when you look at it, it's more of a platform that's based around trading and traders, correct?
That was
Or no?
FTX.
I
FTX
would
said
say yes.
built by traders for traders. That was their slogan.
All right. So if we could put Binance in that kind of same category, like which one do you think is going to be bigger? One that's focusing on people that are trading to make a profit on their daily life, or are you going to, succeed better in targeting the general public and using crypto on a daily basis? I think that's the difference we need to think about when it comes to longevity of crypto.com versus Binance. And that's why I go with crypto.com, because the general public is way larger than your average daily trader volume of a niche of people, even
Nobody knows how
corporations.
to trade, bro. Even the fucking traders don't know how to. Look at Sam and all these Jane Street little
Just the general public
bums.
isn't trying to short and long, like that's my point. They're going to use the
We
currency
shouldn't,
of
yeah.
currency when we
Like
get to
that
that
was the
point.
beginning phase, right? That's the only people that were into Web3 were degens and traders and coders and developers. Retail was not getting in, but you gotta be fluid. You gotta be like water. Bruce Lee said that shit. What's up, Atlas?
Dripping like water.
Hey yo.
So yeah, I see you're here talking about Binance Smart Chain, and I know a lot of us are crofam here. So even though nobody really uses Binance, the new marketplace for Kronos, the Moonflow, it actually is supporting the Binance Smart Chain. So they plan on adding a couple extra chains on there as well, so you can actually, use Kronos to buy other chains if you like and keep them on your Kronos wallet. So it's things are changing, right? I mean, before it was just
100%, man. And a bridge isn't just infrastructure. We were talking about this the other day. Like a bridge only functions when you have the infrastructure, you have liquidity on both sides, and you have a community of people on both sides that are going to connect. It's the people. So to have them bridging to Binance is really important for this chain.
Yep, that's why our bridge works, because we use stables to Binance from Crow and back. I mean,
I was just thinking that, man. I was like, Sphinx does this.
I think we're like one of the only bridges that even works right now for stables.
Because of all those reasons, right? You have the infrastructure, you have liquidity on both sides, and you have the community. So good for you guys.
Yeah, man.
Oh, who is this? Founder of Rebel Reunion. Get up here. Giga. Hey, the mic button is for everybody. So don't be scared down there, y'all. We got room. No one.
This guy's from Houston, Texas. Same place as Texas.
Giga?
Yeah.
What's up, Giga?
So he must be awesome if he's from Texas.
Yo, mic check.
1 2 1 2. Let's go.
All right, bet. Everybody, bottom right hand corner, retweet the room. Jeez.
I like this guy already. That gets you a follow. Bing bong. I was unfortunately watching some BitBoy Crypto this morning, and there's some guy on there named Frankie Candles.
Yeah, Frankie
And
Candles. He has his own YouTube channel too.
the fucking guy says "Bing Bong" at the end of everything. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna leave that one alone. But he says it all quiet. He says it all quiet and fast.
He must have copied you.
I'm like, bro, you gotta own that Bing Bong. It comes from the gut. It comes from the belly.
Frankie Candles. Guy sounds like I don't
He
know,
goes,
some kind of
and that's what I got. That's what I got. Bing Bong.
Sounds like
cartoon,
mafia.
a cartoon mafia character. Hey, Frankie Candles. What the fuck?
Frankie Candles. This is good. It's a good
You
name.
want to get burned?
Yeah.
That's like Tony Tokens.
Tony Tokens. That's good. I need to make a.
Oh shit! I'm changing my Twitter handle right now to Tony
Right?
Tokens.
I just thought I need to make a new account.
Expecting
Fuck
royalties
troops.
from all of
Shit,
you guys.
we hang out too much.
Yeah, troops is out. It's Tony Tokens. Done.
That's what I'm saying. Someone new needs to come up here. Giga brought that good energy. Who else? Who else is new down here? Who do I not know? You got to go all
I
the way
don't
to the
know.
bottom.
There's a lot of people in here.
Yeah, Priscilla. We already follow each other. LD, you got to follow.
That's what I like to see, bro. Follow for follow. Like that's the kind of support that I love to see, man. Especially
You
from
gotta
a
follow
host.
everybody. Yeah. Don't go overboard like Texas. We had to reel him back in. We made him unfollow like 3,000 people.
Oh yeah, you got to keep that 3-to-1 ratio at least.
Yes, it's very important.
3-to-1. I got like 1-to-1.
Oh shit, you got to
You
get rid
gotta
of some
back
of
it
those.
off a little bit.
Yeah.
Just lay off the gas pedal.
I
Before
follow
I
a
go-
bunch of celebrities that have like 15 million followers.
They're not
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
anything
yeah.
for you.
You know all those
Unfollow
people.
all
You know
of
all
them.
those people that you started to follow when you first got into Twitter, and you were like, "Oh, I better go follow them."
Yeah.
Unfollow them all. Like, don't follow anybody that doesn't
You don't have to
engage with
follow
you.
Elon. He's gonna show you all of his tweets anyways. He owns
Yeah.
the platform.
Every
So
night before I go to
unfollow his
bed,
ass.
I lay down, I unfollow 100 people on the Troopers account because I need to get that shit down.
Oh, jeez.
That's what's up.
Not 100 of us people, random people from the early days, people from
Yeah.
Ethereum projects that like are long gone, like way back.
No, that's real talk. For a project, it really looks good when you have like 12 following and like 30,000 followers. That's people like that.
Yeah, and it's proper for the algorithm too. It's all about it's how people react with you and interact with you, not just their numbers mean nothing really if you're following them.
Yeah, you can tell when people have a lot of followers, but like it doesn't match up with their vibe. You know, you're like, wait a second, this doesn't add up. Usually they're round numbers too. That's a dead giveaway. Like you got 30K? What? Is that real?
Like the bottom?
Hey, yo, happy 420.
Kazan, where have you been?
Hey, Kazan, how you doing?
Let's go.
What up?
What's up, buddy?
Good to hear your voice.
Happy 420,
Yeah, long
everybody.
time.
Wow. Look at that. We did it. We burned through all 3 420s, even though this is our third space. And I went to 2 different weed stores. But persistence. Did you guys see what I got? I posted it. I finally got some cash to come out of that goddamn machine. You know what I did? I sold some Matic. And I sent it to my Robinhood app. And I could take it out at the weed store as cash from their ATM. And I bought some... Sorry, Nat, close your ears. No, I bought some really cool stuff. The woman behind the counter was super nice. I got some free sunglasses. Look, I'm going to pin this. You need sunglasses even in the winter.
Do they have a crypto? Is that a crypto ATM thing they've got?
No, I had to swap it for cash.
Gotcha.
Yep, in Robinhood. But I want to talk to them about this because it's a small island. I ended up knowing the people in there. But Oh, Uncle Lo hasn't gotten his shoes. Buddy. We got
I
to
have a
get some shoes
question.
to Uncle Lo.
Speaking of shoes, my shoes are making all the cows down the street really jealous.
I was worried about you.
Which one you got, Ned?
You can't wear them when you go camping. That's a danger.
Really?
Jordans or which one?
Yeah, she got matching pairs of Jordans for her and her man, and they're both Animal Instincts. So
Oh,
they're
nice one.
like, well, the threes, or wait, no, they're both, yeah, they're like a mix of what, leopard and
cow
and lion. They got all the animals on there.
They're really cool, but the funny thing about mine is it's gonna match my loaded lion hoodie. Yay!
Oh, that's gonna look sick.
Did you do that on purpose?
Maybe.
Do you know
I'm
what's
trying
weird?
to get this whole crew looking good because it's gonna look good to the world when they see all the loaded lions with their hoodies and their Jordans, all the chimps looking fresh, teaching people how to DeFi. That's what I'm here for.
Nah,
Next time,
bro,
take
I'm
us
not
as
going out like that. No
no.
way.
Well, I was just thinking to myself, like, how you build up an impression. I don't know what my visual of Nat is, but I don't think it was a hoodie and Jordans kind of vibe. But I love it anyway. I'm here for it.
Anybody
Yeah, you
can
got to
wear
try new
Jordans, bro.
things. Everybody looks good in a hoodie and Jordans.
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's our uniform.
I've never worn Jordans ever in life.
It's a vibe.
This will be the first.
Trust me.
Enjoy.
It's my favorite thing.
I love
Joke
it. I could
you.
just see you rocking up to church on the Sunday, fresh Jordans, hoodie on, popping. Oh, amazing.
That would be pretty funny. Yeah.
What it do, Joey?
Hey, Miss Nat, I'm gonna assume that you have children. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I don't have any children.
Oh, okay. Then, but I'm sure you have friends that do have children.
I do.
What did Alpha do wrong today when he went to the weed store? Keep in mind his wife is 4 months pregnant.
I didn't get anything for her.
You accepted a gift from a lady. That's like no.
Bro. They were not even behind the counter. There was like a
doesn't matter.
Customer appreciation table, like it was a bank, with like mints.
Yeah, I still would not. The way you phrased it, I would not phrase it that way. Tell Lizzie you stole them from the weed store. Don't tell her that the lady gave them to you. That's just all bad news. Just my 2 cents.
I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna take this under advisement.
It's so funny because as much as I want to disagree with Joki, I'm actually like, nope, he's right. Yep, don't.
Right? I know.
I'm
like, I don't want to.
Okay, now that you put it that way, you must have been flirting with the woman at the weed store. Yeah. Okay. No. I didn't get that till just now.
No. Alpha, see how fast it spins, and there's no way to dig out of it. Zero.
School with her son. Get out of here.
Oh, that makes it worse.
Yeah, I got a bigger shovel. You can dig faster.
You guys are.
Oh my god! Now you're flirting with your buddy's mom. Oh my
we only
god,
got 5 minutes left here, folks.
Hey, Cougar's in the house.
I bet you're glad you recorded this space now.
Jesus, I'm about to rug it.
Oh shoot, it's recorded, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, yo, Alpha, I got a question, bro.
Tonight. What happened?
I got a question.
What's up?
You've been talking about Binance. Is there anything like a Binance Smart or application like that that's easier to use than an exchange? Like we have on Kronos.
Like
Crypto.com app. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Because we are comparing like the app with an exchange, and we also have an exchange, right? We should compare the exchange with the exchange and the Smart app with the
because
Crypto.com app.
We have our DeFi wallet, and they bought Trust. So
there is a Binance app, if that's the question.
No, I know there is an app also for the exchange, but like we do, like we have the crypto.com app, it's an easier way to buy with one click the cryptocurrencies. But we also have like the exchange.
Gotcha.
And when I used to start on crypto, I used just exchanges and I didn't know how to use it at the beginning. So it was a bit hard for me to get into it.
yeah,
Somebody had to
because
show me the first time and then I tried out and then I didn't
Gotcha.
even know what to do with the crypto. I just made some research. What's the idea behind it? But I never used it or something.
and when was this? When did you get started?
I don't remember. I think 2017.
2017. That's almost
Bro,
6 years.
yeah, I was very into Chainlink back then and got some assets over there and just kept them also when they were crashing and just waited and then it got back up. And then I transferred to Crow.
That was a good move. The best move would have been to sell it at 95 cents. And I don't think any of us did that. That was last year at this time.
No, I was staking the card, so I didn't. You could. They wouldn't even let you unstake it. It wasn't like emergency withdrawal, options.
Yeah, I like that you get that option a lot in DeFi, where you can wait 28 days and get your full amount, or you can speed it up and pay a penalty.
Yeah, no, it was just stuck in there for 6 months while you watched it go up and then watched it go down.
Did you guys all talk about? I thought that was quite a cool tweet that ITK put out. You know, the comparison of the card and stuff. Did you see that one?
Yeah, and it's getting a lot of traction, and I like that.
I didn't see it. Is it pinned up top?
I hope so.
No, we probably could though. I could probably find it.
Yeah.
It was just an
Yeah.
interesting, like there was a lot of assumptions and stuff in it, but there were fair assumptions, and it was just a good, balanced look at what it really means. I thought.
Yeah, he did the math.
He always does the math. He loves the math.
That's awesome. Wait, what's his handle? Because if I type in ITK, I don't get him.
I think I pinned it, but it is
Okay.
IT. It's just @just_ITK.
Appreciate you,
Oh,
man.
one thing, it looks like I was wrong about the audit. It looks like it was
It's time for Bullish Bark. Let's go.
1 minute to go.
I just pinned it.
Baby.
it was the audited, agreed upon procedure. There we go.
Oh, the audit thing? Agreed
Yeah.
upon procedure is a strange phrasing. I saw people talking about that today.
It looked like the auditing firm had a specific thing to do, which was just check the collateral reserve of their net Bitcoin assets to customers' credits.
Oh, wait. So this is...
So wait, it might take a little bit
Are
longer
we
for
literally
a real
going off of
audit.
a tweet where he says, we don't have any loans to anyone. You can ask around. Is that what we're going off of? That's the liability statement? Because that's about as good as one
Trust
of
him, bro.
Sam's
Trust him.
spreadsheets. You know, Forbes went ahead and published that he was worth $30 billion because he sent them a spreadsheet that he wrote up himself. You know?
That cracks me up. I'm
It's
going to do
just
that.
ridiculous, isn't it?
I'm about to go make my spreadsheet of my own self.
Yeah, I
right
know.
now.
I'm going to
I'm
write
gonna do
down
it.
some numbers.
Let's all
I'll
come
be
back
back
tomorrow with our spreadsheets.
I'll
and
see
we'll
you guys
share our
tomorrow when I'm a billionaire. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me feel good. You know, it's too bad it's 6:30 though. Y'all gotta go somewhere. Can't stay here. Drink some water, brush your teeth, do some push-ups. We gotta get back in shape this winter. All right.
Oh, see, now you went too far.
Oh, damn it. How about
jumping jacks?
I can never switch this goddamn speech.
You can
Drink some
leave it in
water.
there, but dang, do we have to hear that every day? Jeez.
My bad. The important thing is this is DeFi. So don't tell your seed phrase to anyone. write it down twice, put it in a safe, and show someone how to do this, because it's really not easy. And I really appreciate you guys. Here we are going into another winter. I'll see you in the morning. Crofam for life. Stop laughing, Punk. I
Bye.
can't end it right now. Shit.
Oh, I just said bye.
I know. All right, bye.
Yeah, I conceded.